Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the Prunus, model number J-288. This is an AM FM stereo portable radio with Bluetooth and MP3 player. You can get these at Amazon for a total of around $24.99. Sometimes they're on sale. Always watch that. I'll have links down below if you're interested in this. A big thank you goes out to Paul B. He's donated another wonderful radio to the channel. He's a supporting patron on Patreon for this channel. Just amazing. Thank you, Paul. You're the best. This is pretty cool. I had this on my wish list for a little while. A friend of mine had told me he bought this, and he really liked the stereo output of it. So, give it a go. Let's look at it. There's a model. There's a picture of it. They come in different colors. Case design there. Prunus. Okay, there we go. There are the colors. Red, blue, gold, black. I got the black one. PrunusTech.com. Okay, they upped their game. They got a cool sounding website. I'm loving that. Jinming Technology. Oh, there's their email if you need to email them. Here we go on the back. FM AM radio with USB driver and micro SD card slots. All right. There you go. Supports MP3 only. Did notice that. Frequency range does have an expanded FM. Noticed that also. It will tune 9 and 10K automatically. It's kind of a universal. Dimensions, and we'll go over that there. Oh yeah, there's speakers. The speakers are pretty neat. The thing I like about this the most is the sound. It's just absolutely amazing. Oh, and the weight, 204 grams. No battery. It uses a BL5C. All right, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get inside the package. Okay. Right away, we get a multifunction cable. We'll go over that in a second. The radio, sealed in a bag. And instructions. Now, it does come with the battery separate. I have that already installed. Go ahead and just set the box aside. And we'll go over all the things we get. So I'm going to just lower this down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so the cable is multifunction. This is your charging cable. So you would plug this in to your usual USB device and this to the radio. Now this here is your auxiliary in for the radio. It uses connections on the USB cable. That's how they do it, so it's an all-in-one cable. So if you're going to use auxiliary in a lot, which some of you might, because it sounds really good when you take your, say, I don't know, Skywave here with the tinny sounding speaker and you want to hook up something that sounds better, you might want to use your J-288 to do it. So this cable is really important. Next, we have the instructions, a pretty basic setup. I do spend a little bit of time going through all the little things, but it's good to know. Looks like it's all one page here. Kind of open that up. Okay, so precautions. There you go, over features, which I'll try to touch on all those. Power supply. I'm just kind of going quickly here. In case I missed something, you might be able to pause it if I didn't go too fast. And it's a big blur when you pause it. That could be fun. On the back here, there's more stuff. Pretty much a lot about playing from your SD card. We got Bluetooth calling, so you can receive calls with this. That's nice. There's a built-in microphone. All right, sleep timer. Show you how to use that. Lock key, headphones. Okay, you get any idea, right? All right. So there's that. Let's get to the radio, the best part. Okay, it's like a slip cover. I like this because this is a fingerprint magnet. Kind of reminds me of Sanjin with their high gloss plastics. This definitely has it. So let's go over dimensions. We're 7 inches across, so it's definitely a longer profile. We have a height of 2.5 inches, and we have a case depth of 1 1/8 of an inch. Now, it looks like it wants to fall backwards. My table is actually a little slanted to the other side, so if you go like this, it will stand. A nice flat surface, it will work. It has a rounded edge to it on the bottom, so it might not stand if you bump it. Something to keep in mind. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and do a little size comparison. I'll just kind of put the radios next to it. Like here's a CC pocket. Give you a general idea. Thickness are about the same. It's going to kind of lay in like that. That's the best way. You saw the CC Skywave. This actually is a really good combo. I had it going the other night. I was DXing with my little Skywave with a passive loop, and I had it hooked up to here. And yeah, I was getting some great reception and sounded good through here. So something to think about. And then we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can do it like no one can. He's Iron Man. Loving Prunuses from China land. This gives you a general idea here. I do like the little chrome treatments too. Let's talk about this while we go. All right, so let's talk about features of the J-288. Let's go down even further here. Okay, so right away, this carry strap is not an antenna. Yay! Well, yeah, I forgot to mention. I just reviewed this, the J-328. And that's a really cool FM recorder radio that you can put in your little vest pocket. It doesn't have stereo like this does. It doesn't have AM, but pretty cool. Nonetheless, I'd show it to you for size comparison. It's cool. It's one of my favorites. This was like on sale for $9. This was a no-brainer to buy this one. All right, don't know if they're on sale. Maybe I'll link down there along with this one. So yeah, let's features. Okay, so left-hand side, you'll notice high-gloss plastic on the back. I got black. Chrome bezel goes all the way around the radio. To the front of the radio, we have two speakers. Those are 1.5-inch speakers. They provide really nice sound and nice stereo sound. Really good when you're playing your MP3s and if you got some strong FM stations nearby. I have about one, and I get about 1 or 2 stations in stereo. If you live closer in a more urban environment or city environment, you're going to love this radio because stereo is amazing on it. Love the sound. It sounds fantastic. So we're going to go over the buttons real quick. So we got our LED display. It's not LCD, it's LED. It's kind of back to old school, but it's all right. Our power button. So here we got 3 function keys. They look like player keys. That's what they are. They also work for tuning. So let's talk about this. So right here we have a track back rewind, which the rewind feature and the fast forward feature, they're not that great. I'll try to show it to you while we play the video. These also go forward and back on your saved presets. Unfortunately, you can't adjust your presets. It's all from the auto scan, so that you can't really manually tune with these buttons. I wish you could, but you can do direct entry to the stations you want, which is nice. Pause play, of course, does what it looks like, but it also will mute audio. So if you're playing your FM radio and you want to mute it, you just hit pause and it'll mute your FM radio. Mode button. So the mode button has FM, AM, auxiliary, Bluetooth, and USB or micro SD playback. Does quite a bit there in the mode. Here we got a little phone icon. Phone is to pick up calls while the Bluetooth mode is activated to your phone. And there's a little microphone. Oh yeah, I forgot to point it out right there. There's a little microphone. I haven't tested that feature. I usually just pick up my phone, but it's there in case you don't want to. Scan button, press and hold that. It'll automatically scan the FM band. If you're on FM, if you're on AM band, it'll scan that. It automatically saves the presets to the radio. Now, they say in the instructions that there's only 15 presets, but I've found that there's probably 50 per band or more because FM it found 44 stations and on AM it found 43 stations and it saved them all. So definitely has quite a bit of memory for the auto scan feature. We have a lock button. So you press and hold that, it'll lock out the radio. Here we have repeat function. Repeat function for MP3 playback does 1, so the same file over and over. Folder, same folder over and over, and then all over and over, so all your MP3s. Over here, it looks like a little clock. This doesn't have a clock in it, but when you press this is your sleep timer button. It has 240 minutes, 120 minutes, so it's quite a large timer, which is nice. 90 minutes, 60, 30, and 15. Here's our direct numeric entry keypad to directly enter your radio frequencies, which is very important. That's how I did my FM reception, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And of course, to go to your saved presets. So say you know number 25 is your favorite, push in 25, and then it'll automatically go to that saved preset, which is good. So FM reception report we'll touch on in a second. Let me just go over the rest of the features. At the bottom, there's a micro SD card slot. I use 16 gigabyte cards. It's typically what I, on these type of radios, they probably go up to 32. Right hand side, more of that high gloss plastic with the fingerprint magnet carry strap. Top of the radio, we have USB, which we'll use today. So same thing as your SD card slot, but they got USB support. Headphone jack. Now, headphone experience was really good. I enjoyed it. No low level hit. I can't even say it. No low level hiss. So if you turn this all the way down, you don't hear any hiss on the headphones at all. I love that. And this volume is really nice with the headphones. Really strong mids. Nice clear highs. just a tad bit of lows. That's my kind of radio. All the lows are on the speakers, but not in the headphones. They rocked it there. Just letting you know, I like the headphone experience. Some people may not like it. They might want more bass. If you want that, then you got to search a different radio. But I like the headphone experience. There's your DC input and your audio input, along with that special cable. Of course, volume control. Our antenna, which extends out to 21.5 inches, really nice. And on the back of the radio, we have the Prunus label and its power rating. And there's a BL5C battery back in here. Let's see if we can get to it. This is a very tight-fitting door. Remember right? Yeah. On camera. Fun. Let's see if I can get some muscle on. There we go. It's got a little tab to pull that battery out. So let's see what this one's rated at. So they're saying this is 1200. Typically they're 1000. And I feel that's about the right capacity. So anything that's higher is probably not the case. But I think this one will do very well. There we go, clicks back in place. So there's the radio. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, and we'll turn it on, and then we'll go through the bands and show you how this works. So FM reception report, I sat on the couch and entered each frequency manually because you had to. You can't just go next, next, next. That would be really nice, but these only work for presets. No other way to tune the radio. So I was typing in all the frequencies as I went, and this radio found 66 stations. That's well above average. Average is 48, and that's an okay to good rating, a 2.5 star rating. This is a nice 3-star rating. It goes up to 5 stars. Usually higher end radios like Sangens will hit that, very good to excellent rating, but only very few radios. So this is really nice. It's in that sweet spot. If you are tuning your radio and you notice it's a little distorted, like say I was on 39.9 and noticed it was a little it wasn't quite perfect. I went to 94.0 and it got better. Or sometimes I went to 93.8 and it got better. So you can put in an off frequency by 100 kilohertz and sometimes it'll tune in perfectly. Don't know if it's something with the chip, but I did notice that. So if you run into that problem, nothing wrong with the radio. It might just be how it's tuning. So just try that out. It was a good trick and it worked for me. FM selectivity was okay. 2-star rating. The reason why that selectivity wasn't so fantastic is because the adjacent bleed over from the adjacent stations was a problem. If you have strong stations in your area and you're trying to go for weak stations, you may have a hard time with this radio. You're probably not going to exceed that good rating, just letting you know, because it does have that issue with selectivity. So we'll turn this on in a second. Did want to mention that the AM band, there's an AM band on this, believe it or not. AM is really good for locals only. I had a hard time picking up anything semi-local. It has a lot of interference and things built into this radio, so not great for AM, but it has it. So okay, let's go ahead and we'll turn it on. And first I'm going to plug in, I got a 16 gig USB thumb drive. It's a little tiny guy, low profile. These are great. SanDisk makes this one. The reason why I like it is it sits, up in the right way, is low profile. So when you plug it in there, it doesn't stick up too much. And it's a good little setup. Sometimes I like that better than the micro SD. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's make sure we're not jamming away here with that volume. Press and hold the power button to turn it on. It goes through a cycle. So right now it's auxiliary mode. You can change the modes. Okay. So it did say Bluetooth. We'll go back to that. USB. Okay, we have radio stations here. So let's just say I want 10. So you can type 10 in. It will pick up stations with nothing on it.
Tragedy 2. Aside of Christians in this region that was started by the Turks, right? By Turkey. And so in many ways.
So you see how the FM works, and I'll just show you can enter in frequencies. What I was doing the whole time. Here we go.
How are we doing in the disciple making process here as the little cone?
Music station.
It's a good question.
Ew. Skates, scooters, or cycles happen. Injury Express.
On Randall Road in Algonquin, and now open on Shamrock Lane in McHenry.
How the Northwest Burbs Wake Up with Joe and Tina on Star 105.5.
There you go. Can't have any music, but sounds fantastic in person. I don't have stereo mics set up here, but it does sound great. You will hear stereo separation on the radio. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the antenna back down. It does swivel. Not really 360. There's kind of a lip here, but having a normal antenna is nice, especially a long one at that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down one. Let's see here what we got. AM band. We're going to go to our USB. I want you to hear the
Bluetooth mode.
There you go. So you would use your phone, and it'll tell you, I think it's the model number, if I remember right. And then just connect, just like anything else.
Sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Okay, so here's the playback for the MP3. What you'll notice is, like if you want to fast forward, press and hold. If you notice, it doesn't go very fast. This is not very good for podcasts or for long files. This is good for short songs. If you want to go back, it like fights itself. Look at this here. So it's like trying to play, and so it's going back very slow. So the reverse function's not going to work for you guys. Just letting you know. But it does track back nice. But rewind's not a thing. Definitely, unless your song's only 20 seconds long. Look at this thing. Anyway, had fun. Make that track forward. And we'll sit here and we'll do a minute or two. Idea for audio. Let's see if I got some old-time radio on here. So I'm going to just type in track.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. I'm in the same folder. Let's go to all.
You crazy mother.
Okay, there we go. That sounds good.
Edgar, open up. Please, open this door.
There's something very wrong in that bedroom, dear. Something is terrible wrong. I see Mr. Down crying out, and I come and get you two right away. Oh, you
Something very wrong.
Now, Roma, present. Now, Roma Wines present
Suspense.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
There you go. You got an idea, and you can pause at any time, which is nice. So let's go just show you the AM band.
My house. I rarely, rarely will have any kind of cereal.
That's the opposite of us. Our girls love
dinner?
Mode. Okay, load. Come on, load.
Interested in playing football this
Okay,
year
so
for
here's
1.3
AM.
million. But if you're going to give me the contract that I think I've earned, I'll take on that extra risk of playing in a pandemic. I mean, that's a legitimate position some guys.
So it's really going to only work on your locals. Also, after I think it's 30 seconds or so, the display goes out, which is nice. So if you're getting any kind of interference from the screen, it'll actually go away.
What was the holdup there? I thought that had been agreed upon a while ago.
Well, they reached the agreement 11 days ago, but then they had to reduce it to writing. I also have that document in front of me here, too. I haven't studied it yet. It is 13 pages long.
7 years, serving over 50,000 customers, all in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Everyone deserves
AM radios, it's a bit on the low tone side. Some people like that.
Today for your free in-home estimate, customized for your home. We'll even take 20% off our already low price when you call us today. Repipe Specialists for 216-0195. Health Network. Here's Claire Lane.
We're going to begin with where you are improving, which is the northbound side of the Tri-State Tollway. Now, you're still heavy from 57 to Cicero, but the reason why...
Patrzysz, pomyślisz sobie, odpowiadasz na pytania razem z tymi prowadzącymi.
Nie z czasów wojennych. Nie. To wtedy był tylko jeden. To tylko jeden był. To co ja mam pamiętać, jak był tylko jeden. Natomiast...
do that is Romans 13:14. Don't make any provision for the flesh in regard to its lusts. In other words, don't...
So we got Christian Radio at WYLL, Chicago.
Your biblical conviction. But God never prayed and never wanted to take us out of this world. Not yet.
So, yeah, if we wait and that goes off, we'd have a little less interference.
For you and me. He said, I do not ask you to take...
I'm going to see if I can get this squirrel. This is semi-local, a little further away. Oops. Okay. Sometimes if you hit the number next to it, it sometimes won't come up. So let's go hit 1180. Have the volume down. Yes, it's doing that again. Hold on 1 second. 11.8. There we go. Okay. So there we go. Squirrel works. But yeah, for locals, definitely like 720 is my local. That'll work the best.
Night, they'd wake up today and they'd feel a lot better about themselves.
WGN Chicago. So yeah, mainly for FM stereo. So let's go ahead and turn this off. I think I went through all the modes. We covered everything I can think of on this radio. Again, it's pretty simple setup, mainly for stereo use. So let's go ahead. So I went over all these buttons. We did the modes. You notice me hitting the timer. 120 minutes. Cycles down and it turns off the radio once you enough timer settings. So lock button, scan button. I would show you a scan, but it's really slow. But it will scan it, and then you can use your preset buttons like I was doing there. And of course the mode, you saw the different modes it has. Oh, you know what we could do? Yeah, hello, we got a few minutes left. Let's do it. Turn this back on. Let's hook up a Skywave. So we're going to hook up the Skywave to the Prunus here, the J-288. Let's see, because you know, sometimes you want that better sound. It's that tinny speaker, and this will work out great. So let's go ahead and just take this cable here. Gonna plug this in. Again, this is a cable you don't want to lose. If you didn't get this cable with the multifunction thing, make sure you write Prunus and tell them you need the right cable. Now it has that jack, so I'm gonna plug it in the headphone out. And I'm gonna tune this to that squirrel. So frequency 1180. So my bandwidth screaming. Okay, let's see what this does. So I'm gonna aim that radio that way. Now we're going to go to auxiliary mode. Takes a few taps. Come on. Okay, one more time. There we are. Okay, can't run the music, but there you go. If I go, say, down to my Christian radio.
Started going to classes, and I started studying, and I took some exams those first couple of weeks. I was existing on one level, but at the back of my mind, what kept me going that whole time was, in 2 weeks, I'm going to see Amy. In 2 weeks, I'm going to see Amy. And the thought of that future reunion is what gave me hope for the present. It's the same way for those of us who are Christians.
So you can control the volume on the main radio or on this radio, which is great. Let's go ahead and turn this down. All right, so let's unplug this and do some final thoughts on the mini speaker. That's what it says right on here. I didn't call it that really. I don't know why they call it a mini speaker when it's actually an FM AM radio built into it. So let's go ahead and turn that off. See, the screen went blank. That was nice. Okay, press and hold. There we go, off. Pull that little out. Okay, so let's talk about the final thoughts on the J-288. So price point, $25. Now this was donated to the channel, so yay, it didn't cost me anything, and I love the stereo features. But if I had to go buy this, $25 is a little towards the high side. You're really going to want it if you love your FM stereo, you love your MP3s in stereo, you love your Bluetooth in stereo, this is the way to go. If you want AM band, locals only is what's going to work. You heard it. Doing any semi-local work isn't the greatest. If you want to use auxiliary in, it actually is useful. Like if you have a Skywave or say a PL360 with a tiny speaker, or you have, what's that? Oh, I have one of these like right here. You have this thing on Rhonda. This thing is so tinny. Definitely good to put these two together. Something to think about. Those are good selling points. Not so good selling points. Probably some people don't like the BL5C battery. It'd been nice to have a little wider cabinet, an 18650 in there. So if Prunus, if you're watching this video, if you redesign this radio, make it a little square, more thicker. I know you want for more pocket friendly, but go a little thicker on the radio and do an 18650 cell. It's removable. That would be amazing, and you'd get a lot more sales, guaranteed. And then you could, you just expand on that. A lot of people would agree that a little wider radio with a removable 18650 would be a lot better than the BL5C. And that gives a lot more capacity and a lot more runtime. Good selling points for a future product, but I tell you. Overall build quality is okay. I noticed there's some glue here from when they glued the speaker in. Try to get most of that off. I guess I could spend some more time with some Goo Gone. I could probably get that, but overall not too bad. Everything seems to fit together. So I'd rate that pretty well. And if this price, if it went on sale for say $20 or under, maybe like 18, it'd be a good pickup. At 25, it's probably a pass for a while because you can get this little guy. I know it's not Bluetooth, but if you want a pocket FM or MP3 player, this thing's great. It doesn't have stereo, but it's fantastic sounding. And it was only like $10, $12. So yeah, this is definitely a worthy pickup. But if this price comes down, definitely it will be a winner. And I'm saying that because Prunus might listen. Maybe give some coupons. That'd be nice. Or definitely put it on sale because I think the price was just a little lower. It would sell pretty well. So there it is. The mini speaker J-288 AM FM stereo. Love the stereo with Bluetooth and MP3 player. Hope you enjoyed the video. Too, if you like Prunus radios, I have a whole playlist here for you guys. Check them out. Some of them are really unique. Like the J-125. Love that radio. The little white radio. I don't know what the name is. I'll put it up here. I love that radio. And then, of course, this new one I did, the 328. Loving that one. Oh, yeah, the 777. I'll have to put that up there. Yeah, the 777 radio. That's a cool one. Check that one out. It'll be in the playlist. Great little radio. So there you are. And, of course, if you want, comment below what you think about the J-288. I know it comes in a couple different companies make this or put their name on it. But I actually really enjoy the stereo sound. Absolutely amazing. And, of course, my old-time radio sounds good, too. All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.